Hi everyone, these are going to be the February 2020 love messages for the Taurus collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. I've already laid out part of the spread here, but I will clarify the cards as well as get an oracle card at the end of the reading. A couple things to note just before I jump in. So I did the Aquarius reading yesterday, and you do have some Aquarian energy coming up here in your reading with the Star card and the Seven of Swords. I'm also seeing the Hangman twice, both in the Cosmic Tarot as well as at the bottom of the Psychic Tarot deck, okay, which is Piscean energy. Also talks about, hanging back, really getting introspective and listening to your intuition about the direction that you're going into, any choices or decisions that you're needing to make, which is definitely coming up here at the forefront of your reading as the sort of outcome card. The number 2, movement, choices, and decisions here. You may be actually deciding about a physical move or relocation, or this could be work related, if not making some sort of decision around a partnership. Again, these readings can be romantic, they can be a relationship between family members, friends, or work colleagues or business partners, okay? So coming up on the first half of the spread, you have the Two of Wands reversed. Again, another indicator of needing to make a decision about which path it is that we're going to choose to go down. I'm getting the sense that there may be a decision for you coming up here where you either have the option to sort of repeat the past, or I'm getting a little bit of like stuck or stagnant energy, or you can really power through and move forward to a much brighter future ahead here. Okay, I feel like you also there's an issue of like balance or of juggling here. Okay, again, this came up in the Aquarian reading. Let's say it could be happening on an interpersonal level, like just personal transformation process, spiritual ascension process, whatever it is that you want to call it, that you may be going through personally, and just figuring out how to balance and integrate whatever new energies that you're bringing into your life, as well as anything that you're releasing and letting go from your life as well. It could also be you or someone else around you who is entertaining or juggling multiple options. Could be people, could again be some sort of opportunity or offer, or just trying to think of what it is that they want to pursue. Let's say that you have like 5 creative projects that you want to do. You feasibly can only complete 2 within this year, so it's a little bit like, which are you going to prioritize here? All right, I will also, I think, read for that card in just a second. So the next card, hold on, I gotta pause. Okay, y'all, I'm sorry about that. I had to collect a delivery. Okay, so yeah, Star card. Aquarian energy, that's one of the Aquarius cards that I was talking about coming into the spread. Obviously, we are in Aquarius season right now. This card also speaks to a lot of healing, okay, happening, especially again on a spiritual level. It might be a lot of like internal sort of subconscious or shadow work that you, or it could be someone else, are sort of dealing with and working through right now. It may be that you want to wait until you've sort of processed and purged a little bit more before you make any kind of decision, especially with Mercury retrograde coming up, I believe, in like just a couple of weeks. I think it starts on or around February the 16th, and it's usually like a 3 to 4-ish week span. And obviously we have like the shadow period, which we're in now, and then that will extend once it ends for about 1 to 2 weeks. Okay, so if you can hold off on making any decisions until that period is over, that's usually my advice to most people, including clients. Okay, with that Star card there, you may definitely be dealing with an Aquarius. You could also be, you or someone else could be moving into a position where you're going to have like more of a spotlight on you. Okay, sometimes the Star card can denote like publicity or fame in that way. It doesn't have to be to that extreme, but it could be like stepping up into some kind of leadership role. Maybe that's what you're deciding upon, or doing something that's sort of going to cause attention to sort of come towards your direction or towards someone else's direction. I'm getting like a vision of like being seen. Okay, so maybe you're doing something that's public facing, publishing something. You could be, going to like speak on some kind of show or podcast or something like that along those lines. I feel like that's happening kind of like now. The final card coming up here is the Queen of Pentacles, okay? There could be some issues here going on with regard to work. Again, you may be making some decisions around work, could be related to some sort of monetary loss here, or, you know, this could be speaking to perhaps you're just not feeling as stable and secure as you would like, and perhaps that's what's, you know, or again, could be someone else. This is Earth card, so could very well be you here, Taurus, as an earth sign, or another earth sign, Capricorn or Virgo, right? But it could also represent someone else. But yeah, I do feel like there's an issue here of stability. And again, I'm actually being called back to the Aquarius reading from yesterday, so you may want to check that out if you have Aquarius in your chart, or you're dealing with an Aquarius, or, you know, there's an Aquarius around you. Or again, sometimes it's good just to watch readings for that season, because the reading for the sign will sort of speak to the energy of the season. And I do recall seeing the King of Pentacles, albeit in the upright position, in the Aquarius reading yesterday. So I am going to clarify the cards here that are in reverse towards the end of the reading. Now, on the other side of the spread, we have the Five of Wands, okay? I am getting, you could be dealing with a fire sign individual, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I am feeling like there's some lower vibrational energy, like conflict here. Perhaps the decision that you're making is to like rise above any conflict, okay, and choose to not get involved, like not, you know, be in the fray of all this stuff. And, you know, perhaps if there's like external conflict going around you at work, or, you know, in a friendship group, or in a family dynamic, especially if you're sort of on the periphery of the situation, I'm getting the guidance to sort of stay clear of that, to really rise above and let things sort of play out the way that they will amongst the players who are like primarily involved, okay? Because if you sort of stick your neck in it, then it's almost like you open yourself up to being in this kind of energy here as well. Again, with the Hierophant card, it's almost reiterated here, because I often see, like on this card with the figures all down here, it just feels like very low vibrational, gossipy, okay, people who might be telling you to go one way or the other, but you are super, and this is your card here, the Hierophant, Taurus, you are super laser focused on the direction that you're going into. I'm 99% sure that this card came up in your year ahead spread, of which I filmed too, because I filmed them weeks apart. So if you haven't checked those out, do. They are quite interesting. But yeah, I feel like you're really just focusing on your personal path, your growth, your progression, your journey, and not so much getting involved with anything that doesn't really pertain to that, okay? It's almost like staying clear of anything and anyone that literally is not for your highest self and good, okay, is the message that I'm getting here. And finally, again, you have the Hangman coming out, okay? So spending some time in, I'm getting solitude, okay, but again, in like quiet contemplation, introspection, really meditating, tapping into your intuition here, which is going to help you to make any sort of decisions that are coming up for you. I'm also being drawn to this imagery of like the sun or the moon here, as well as the full moon on the Seven of Swords, which I'll get into now. Okay, Seven of Swords energy, typically also Aquarian energy, typically can allude to, you know, someone being sneaky or deceptive or sort of illusory, but I don't really get that with this card. What I get is that the subject in question, okay, so that would be you, or again, could be someone else around you, is really tuned and tapped into their intuition here. I look at the moon as like they're being guided by their internal guidance, by the light of the moon. They're cloaked and shielded by that. It serves to protect them, and it also allows them to avoid all these swords that are sort of in the being buried in the ground here. It's almost like letting, and I think I said this in the Aquarius reading as well, but letting dead horses lie, you know, not sort of like digging up old issues of the past, and again, not getting involved in any sort of lower vibrational energy or conflict here. So before I pull the clarifiers, let me just read from the Psychic Tarot guidebook for this number 2, movements, choices, and decisions. With the red border there, I think I mentioned it, you could be the red border in this deck speaks to like tangible changes that are going on. So we're talking like literal relocations or moves, or, you know, deciding between literally going one way versus another way. It's not really like a metaphorical thing here with the red border. It's a tangible thing. Choosing to go to another job, that kind of stuff. So let me just find the page. Hold on. Okay. Here we go. So it says, this card indicates a time of movement. Sorry. This card indicates a time of movement. Significant changes and choices must be made. With hard work, great effort, and determination, you have the ability to juggle all of the demands that are in front of you. Whether they concern money, business decisions, or other projects, it's important to stay flexible and focused. You don't have to do it alone. Reach out for the best advice and assistance. In addition, a financial union or partnership may present itself to you. The more time you take to make these vital decisions and choices, the longer it will be before you can move towards your goals in the physical material world. The changes that are emerging aren't some random acts or coincidences. They're all part of a positive and larger scheme. Notice the connections within everything, as this will enable you to avoid future problems and conflicts. So even though it is speaking to, you know, needing to make choices and decisions like on the horizon, again, I'm sort of getting the guidance that if possible, obviously, if you need to make a decision about something, signing a contract, a lease, whatever, during Mercury retrograde or during the shadow period, then that's something that you have to do. But if you can afford to wait, I do think that the guidance is to wait until we're maybe more into March, which would be Pisces season here. And again, we have double Pisces coming up in the reading with the number 12, sacrifice, okay, at the bottom. You may be making a choice that feels like a sacrifice. Again, I'm getting elements of the Aquarius reading that I did yesterday. Feels like a sacrifice, you know, perhaps now, but down the road, I actually think it will be something that's good for you here. So let's see. As far as love coming up here for you, Taurus. So you do have the Six of Cups here as well as the Lover's card. Could very well be someone returning from your past. Could be a Gemini air sign here, okay? Specifically Gemini, but could be another air sign. We do have some air here on the board. So Libra and of course yourself, Aquarius. And with the Six of Cups here, could also be a water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And again, we do have Pisces coming up for you here in the reading. So I'm just going to shuffle the deck once, and then I'll clarify the cards here that are in reverse, and then pull your oracle and close the reading. So clarify the Two of Wands. Clarify the Two of Wands. Clarify. Ooh, all right. So you have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah. All right. Definitely there may be some juggling energy here. Again, I'm also feeling like a balancing out, a temperance energy, right? Like Sagittarian energy, that balancing of fire and water, earth and water, as is represented here on this card. Okay. Definitely you or someone else here is making some kind of decision. And again, that energy came up very strongly in the Aquarius reading yesterday as well. So clarify the Queen of Pentacles reverse. Clarify the Queen of Pentacles reverse. Let me give the cards one more shuffle. There could be elements of like some sort of, and I feel like this is like a lingering past energy, okay? Like if there was any sort of separation, divorce, or like calling it quits on a long-term relationship or situation here. Okay, clarify the Queen of Pentacles. Eight of Wands coming up in the reverse. This is definitely talking about speaking to, or I mean, listening rather to your higher self guidance and to your intuition, okay? I feel like there's something here that there's like a message that you're needing to receive, like an intuitive message or download that you're needing to receive that might literally pertain to a choice about your finances here. Or again, it could be like something related to work, but that will ultimately have an effect here on your finances. Or like the book, the guidance book indicated, there could be some sort of partnership on the horizon that, you know, will have some sort of effect on your monetary situation and on your finances. I really feel very strongly that that's why you're being called to attune and tap into your intuition more, because it's through that methodology that you're going to be able to identify who this person is or what this opportunity is. I'm going to also clarify the Five of Wands, just because I don't happen to love that energy. Clarify the Five of Wands. Clarify the 5 of Wands. 8 of Swords. Yeah, okay. This also came up in the Aquarius reading. Whatever this conflict is going on, okay, I feel like you've already been a witness to this before. You've already experienced it. Again, if it's a family issue, a friendship issue, a work-related issue, you've already sort of seen the players who are normally involved and who are, it's kind of like a tit-for-tat energy is what I'm getting here. And it's a cycle of behavior, and it's one that you do not want to trap yourself into with everything else that you have going on. I feel like it would just serve as kind of a distraction, which is a little bit what that 5 of Wands energy is about. Okay, let me clarify the 7 of Swords reversed. The Empress. I love this. This also came up in the Aquarius reading yesterday. It speaks to fertility, okay, creativity. You or someone else may be having a baby soon or expecting soon, okay? If not that, you may be thinking about birthing or creating something new in a more figurative sense. Again, some sort of work or business related decision here. Also a very strong indicator here with both the Empress and the Hierophant that you maybe currently, even though we don't see the Empress, or very soon will be moving into a connection that is a true pair, a soulmate connection. Okay, we did also see the Lovers card, and I am seeing the Justice card here, so that could represent the sign of Libra. It's almost like this is overdue for you, okay? It's like you're due for this karmic justice or judgment in your favor from the universe. All right, for your oracle guidance, I'm going to use Magical Mermaids and Dolphins Oracle by Doreen Virtue. I'm seeing rest here, okay, at the bottom, just as I pull the cards out of the box. And again, really reminds me of that Pisces energy, okay? You know, I'm a Pisces. We love to nap. Naps are really glorious, you know, energy refueling activities. And I actually happen to believe that a lot of your spiritual work takes place in the dream state or in the sleep state, you know, during the time that you're sleeping at night or that you're napping. Okay, so there's also a message here saying, you know, because you may be, I'm almost getting a sense that there might be some sort of worry or concern about making a decision or making the wrong decision, but you need to have an element of trust, okay, in the universe, as well as cultivating trust within yourself, trusting your intuition, as well as trusting, you know, any partners that you have, whether that be romantic, friendships in life, again, work relationships, family dynamics, that kind of thing. Cultivating a deeper sense of trust. Okay, that card flew on the floor. I love this. Self-forgiveness. Let go of old guilt and remember that you are God's perfect child. And let's see, where'd the book go for that one? I will also read for that one, if I can get it out of the box. Self-forgiveness. I mean, you know, again, that is definitely speaking to subconscious shadow work. You know, I love that idea, you know, that of course forgiveness, yes, if someone has wronged you or something like that, being able to come to a place of forgiveness may give them some sense of solace and peace, but most importantly, being able to forgive yourself gives you the most solace and peace, and that's really what we need more of, okay, in order to really self-actualize. Okay, so it says, you've been very hard on yourself lately, using harsh words towards yourself verbally or mentally. While it's healthy to hold yourself up to high standards, this card says that you've bordered on self-abuse. Everyone makes mistakes, and it's normal to feel regret occasionally. What's important, though, is how you handle these mistakes. As you focus on your positive attributes, you can really tell Mercury retrograde's coming. I can barely speak sometimes these days. As you focus on your positive attributes, your self-esteem will increase and your stress level will be diminished. Remember that guilt is the opposite of love. Your guilt doesn't help anyone or anything, but your divine love helps everyone everywhere. Affirm, I ask that all effects of my mistakes be undone in all directions of time, and I now release all guilt completely. I love my true self from top to bottom. I love that affirmation. I might write that one down myself. Let me see, I think that was it. Yeah, so really lovely reading here, Taurus. Again, lots of, I feel like, work happening on a really subconscious, you know, shadow level, like soul shadow level, okay? That said, I do feel like you will notice and feel as you go through this process, you know, it's almost like a death and rebirth process. Again, energy that came up in the Aquarius reading yesterday. But it's like you will feel your energy feeling lighter and more reinvigorated. And then again, that's going to spill out over into tangible results and changes in your external environment. So Taurus, as always, if you like this reading, please do like, share, comment, and subscribe. You can also book a personal reading with me. I do relationship readings that are much longer than these spreads. And I'm currently offering 50% off of relationship readings for the entire month of February. And yeah, that's it. If you like this video, again, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.